floor it. Let's see what it feels like. Are you seriously flooring it?
My foot is to the
So we wanted to review something that was very unique, maybe something that was two-door, maybe something that was not invented in a mass production. We wanted something very special. Unfortunately, those types of cars are typically something that range very expensive to rent, and you really don't have access to them unless you're YouTube famous already. So what we did was we found the next best thing. So this is a Smart Fortwo 2012. Driving around Los Angeles. If you're driving it anywhere, I guess this is really the best place for it in the United States. Maybe, well, I would say maybe New York. Second best place. Well, then you have San Francisco. Third best place. I'm already hitting traffic. 9 a.m. I'm not sure if this guy that I rented this car from took care of brakes. Eey. This just does not make a good sound. The smart car was designed for commuting, so this isn't the worst place to be around for it. I don't think this is the most premium model of this car. There's just tons of plastic around here. There's something that usually when you buy premium sound, it says something like Bose. This one just says surround sound. There was a surprisingly amount of great storage. The fact that the tailgate comes down and you're able to go ahead and place anything you want on it, that was pretty cool. I could not for the life of me figure out how to get the top canvas part up though. They made it really difficult. I didn't really understand it, or I could just be a complete idiot. What I thought was really interesting was that the smart car does feature a button on the key fob that you can press to activate the convertible top. I would have probably invested that money in a better transmission, honestly. There's the transmission again. It's a piece of shit. I just really hate this transmission. It's just god-awful. I hate this transmission so much. All right, here's the highway on-ramp. We'll see how it goes. And the car is struggling at 45. Okay, it thought about it for a second. It's going to 55 now. There's a cop right there. I'm going 60, but I don't think I can go any faster, honestly. The amount of road noise that you get from this car is not great. Even though this car has 2 seats, I feel like I'm gonna have to yell at my passenger to basically hear them. But at least you have surround sound. This car is straight up scary over 50 miles an hour. It is something completely different. In the city, fine, right? It idles really hard, shakes a little bit, whatever. I think that's every rental car pretty much ever. But once you get to over 50 miles an hour, you have never experienced fear like that ever. Holy shit. Any bump in this thing, you feel it. This thing does not like highway speeds. Holy crap. And it still swings back and forth. I'm only going 65 miles an hour. If you took a Little Tikes car, put an engine in it, I think it would feel more stable than this. It just doesn't feel safe. The road presence that you feel in the smart car, you get none. So everybody wants to tailgate you, everybody wants to fight you, and nobody likes your car whatsoever. I got zero respect in that car. This is the first time I've really been scared of the highway. At this point, I feel like I'm causing traffic. Every car that passes you by affects you in some way. Even that little Yaris with paper-thin tires. I feel like what this car makes me appreciate is literally every other car. This car really does feel like it wants to kill you. While I was scared for my life on the highway, I went over to Santa Clarita to go see my buddy Mark. Mark does have track experience, so I wanted to see what his opinion was on this car.
A James Bond car, this is not.
This
is, but it does come with a license to kill yourself.
There was significantly more room, I felt like, when you weren't in here. Oh yeah, let me give you the key. You'll notice that it's in a There's a sub-like design that took me 5 minutes to figure out.
Oh wow, it turns on. Incredible.
Floor it, you see what it feels like. Are you seriously flooring it?
We need to time this 60 miles an hour. Ready?
Yeah.
Set. Go. Okay, go. Now go. No, really, go.
It's like 19 seconds.
The world record. The slowest car in the world.
The car itself is a rear-wheel drive two-door coupe. A Porsche 911 is a rear-wheel drive two-door coupe. A Mazda Miata is a rear-wheel drive two-door coupe. So,
Approaching the turn. We are in the middle of a turn. Hitting that apex, coming out, and not bad. Actually, I thought I'd end up in a tree. Handling in the turns is very confident, I would say. I haven't heard the tires chirp once. Yeah, it's not bad.
for the US market, the Smart car had a 1-liter 3-cylinder engine that made 70 horsepower. Now, the 5-speed automatic transmission was pretty bad. It was sluggish. The transmission itself never really knew when it wanted to engage into a higher or lower gear.
Yeah, the power-wise, I mean, you wouldn't expect a lot of power out of this car, which is, which is okay. But the surprise is the transmission.
The engine really feels like it can keep up with what you give it, but the transmission is god-awful.
Okay, let's try the Soprano.
There's the flappy paddles.
Oh, flappy paddles, amazing. 401, here we go.
It definitely was a surprise when we engaged the flappy paddle gearbox.
That's not bad. So we're now 50 miles an hour in third gear at 4,000 RPM. The car wants me, keeps telling me to shift. I'm overruling it. Yeah, the Tiptronic is not bad.
I feel like that did solve its issue.
Right?
Yeah. Interesting. It's like a whole new perspective right there.
Yeah. It's not decent for what it is.
Yeah. So I couldn't find any information about the stopping power for the Smart car in terms of performance, which makes sense. But I did figure out that it does use drums in the rear and rotors in the front. You're basically driving a Toyota Tacoma, since it's, I think, the only car that still uses drums.
That was good emergency braking. It has good. That was not bad.
I've been trying to figure out, why should you own this car? And I think the real reason is if you want to rent it on Turo. The guy I rented it from has over 600 rides with that car. He was charging $40 a day. If you bought that car for $6,000 to $7,000, it would only take you about 200 days to recoup your money from renting that car out. That guy is the real winner here. So in general, if you want to own this car, the way I could see it as being really valuable is actually just putting it for rental in a big city market. It's only practical if you're single, you live by yourself, and you only commute in the city. You never touch a highway in your life. Although we really didn't care too much about the Smart car, at the end of the day, we still had fun. That Honda Civic's gonna be
I aimed for the water too.
Oh, I know you did. That was cool.
The bottom line is, this can be a fun little car, and that's all it is.
Well, it's actually funny that we just saw a Fiat 500 because that's the other option if you're looking at a two-door car. And that car has 4 seats, this one only has 2.
Yep.
So if you want a small little commuter car, it's probably the Fiat 500 you're looking at, honestly.
Definitely. Especially if you like cars, then you get that Barth edition.
Exactly. Again, we wouldn't really recommend it just because it doesn't seem to tick all the right boxes, but for a rental, you can't complain.
1,000 reasons not to buy this, and 2 reasons to buy it. I will say though that driving at speed through these turns is pretty cool. Like, I'm actually enjoying it. It's not scary, the car doesn't lean too much. It's weird. I mean, I feel like I can drive this thing pretty quickly through the turns on a serpentine road. Again, the transmission of like getting out of a turn, that's the problem.
All right, well, hopefully you found our opinions a little bit useful, maybe not, who knows. But like and subscribe, and hopefully we'll see you around next time.